Hello, this is Bino. Welcome back to my channel. I'm an arborist and a tree climber specialist, and what I like to do on this channel is share tree climbing tips with professionals and beginners. What I wanted to do today is talk about aerial rescue. Where I work, we practice every aerial rescue once a year. And so what I was going to do is show the video of me doing the aerial rescue and explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So we'll get to it. So here we go.
Injured climber in the tree. Hey, are you okay?
So at the beginning here,
Are you okay?
I'm working.
He's not responding. He looks like he's not.
I'm working on. I'm first noticing that the climber is injured, and at that point, what I have to do is distinguish or look at the site and see what's happening. So the guy's knocked out. He's unconscious. He can't tell me what's wrong, and I don't know why he's knocked out. So the first thing I have to do is look at the area. I got to look at the site, look for power lines, and I'm not just looking for power lines next to the climber. I'm looking at power lines near the tree, because what can happen with trees, a tree can touch a power line, rub it, and at that point that tree becomes energized. So it could be that maybe the tree is energized and the guy put his saw into the tree and he got electrocuted. That's a situation that can happen. It's an indirect contact, and that would be something that can happen. You wouldn't even know unless you see the wires by it. Or maybe a branch or something hit the guy, or it could be maybe he's allergic to bees and he got stung. We don't know. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is looking at the area and then make contact with the man. So here we go.
Knocked out. I'm gonna go rescue him.
I already see here he's knocked out. Now I'm doing the inspection.
Electrical power here. Objects all over, chain link fence.
Pointing out objects, things that you have to see.
Doesn't look like there's anything loose. It looks like a pretty solid tree. I'll pay attention to the light pole. All right, I'm gonna go up. Somebody call 911.
So now I decide that the tree's okay to climb, and I tell one of my crew members to call emergency response. It's important that you call emergency response just in case he's really, really injured bad, and when you get to the ground, maybe by that time they'll be there.
I'll see if I can just shoot into the tree.
Now we're preparing. I'm gonna use a shot bag to install my line. And so what I'm gonna do when I install the line, I want to have the line, close to him and maybe higher than him.
I'll be right there.
Because I'll have to get to where he's
you're
at.
Unconscious. Maybe it'll help
and
you here.
When I get to him, then I'm gonna have to connect myself to him. So here we go.
Ooh, sorry, bud.
I threw the bag, got real close to hitting him, but I didn't. So that's something you got to think about too. You don't really want to hit the climber also. I wanted to say also that when you're doing that inspection, if the situation is so bad where you couldn't get the guy, then maybe you wouldn't perform a climb, the rescue, because you wouldn't want to be a victim also. Now I've got the ball thrown over the tie-in, and I'm going to isolate the line and work my way up to the climber. So once I get them situated and I get my line connected, then I'll start proceeding at the tree. Now if you have a crew, it's good to maybe have your crew help you with setup, maybe keep people out of the area.
Come on, wait, buddy.
And it's a good idea to yell up to the climber and let him know that you're there. Even if he's unconscious, by letting him know you're there, it can sometimes help. There we go. Now we're getting the line into the tree. And on this one I decided I would just use the SRS system. So once I get it, I'll use a butterfly, an alpine butterfly, and I'll just do a simple choke.
Hey Ralph, will you get this shot bag out of the way for me, please? Thank you.
So I called to one of my crew members to take the shot bag out of the way so I won't get it tangled in my rope. I'm getting ready to secure my butterfly. There we go. We're going to choke it right now.
All right, buddy, I'll be right there.
Get him reassurance, letting them know that I'm going to be there. Now it's important to try not to be super in a hurry. I mean, you wanna have some urgency, but at the same time, you don't want to be too excited. You can make mistakes. The reason we're doing this yearly training is so if it ever came to an emergency, we could perform it without having mistakes, and and then you maybe not become another victim.
All right.
I just about have my climbing setup on, and once I do that, I'll get to the climbing.
Be there pretty soon, bud.
There we go. So now that I've got my gloves on, I'm going to get real quick, tighten up my line, make sure that it's on there. I'm ready. It's not going to slide on me.
My chesty.
Connect my chesty on, and then I'm going to put my foot ascender on, and then I'll put my knee ascender. I'll go a couple of steps up, put my knee ascender on, and then I'm ready to go get him. Get the Haas connected to the pulley, and there we go. Now I'm connected to my knee, and now I'm going up.
I'm on my way, bud. Be there real soon.
I'm reassuring him that I'm on my way to help him out. There we go.
All right, bud.
Now I'm in a pretty fair spot, so I'm real close to him, and I'll be able to reach him, and I'll be able to reach his climbing hitch. So I'll disconnect everything, my knee ascender, then my foot ascender, my chesty. Now once I do that, then I'll be able to work on him. First I'm going to check him out, see if he's breathing, and check his pulse out. So there I do that now.
All right.
I'm checking him out.
He's breathing. He has a pulse.
He's okay. So now I'm going to get his knot ready where I can get to it. Now the thing that I want to do right now is, before I try to move him anymore, I'm going to put my lanyard into his belt.
He won't fall.
Now there's a couple of reasons. If his rope failed on him, he wouldn't fall. And also, with my lanyard, I can get him tight to me, really close, so I can maneuver around the tree without bumping his head into the tree or his body. So if I can get him as tight as I can to me, he'll be more secure, and as I move, he'll move with me.
Yeah, bud.
This dummy's about 150 pounds. It's really dead weight, and it's kind of hard to move it.
I'm going to grab my third
Now
hand.
this other thing that I'm bringing out is called a third hand. And this third hand is just a piece of rope with a boat clip,
Throw it over.
but it's really good because it tends the other climber's line, and it gives me an extra, I got an extra place to put my hand. I can secure the climber better. So I'll use that little carabiner. I'm going to put it close to my center tie-in point. And now what I'm doing is tightening the line. So now when I manipulate my line, it'll pull his line, and I can use my left hand there. I'm going to put it around his body, and I can control him. So as I'm going down, we're moving, and I'm not going to let him hit the tree.
I got you.
So I got to this point.
I got you.
Now I realize that I have to pull the slack, or I got to pull his running end over that branch, or we're going to get hung up. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm getting his rope, and I'm pulling it and making a loop. So now I'm not going to be pulled back into the tree.
All right, buddy.
Get that all set up.
All right, pretty quick we'll be down.
Okay. I'm reassuring him as I go.
All right, here we
I'm
come.
going to grab
Here
them,
we go.
and now I'm going to tend my line.
Slowly.
And as we go, we're coming down
Take your
to
time.
a nice slow pace, under
Here we
control.
go.
I'm going to do my best not to
Hurry, hurry.
bang them.
Somebody
Now we're
give me a hand
close
with
to the
this guy.
ground. And now
Grab his
I yell for
shoulders.
help. One of my crew members is going to help me get him to the
Awesome,
ground.
thank you.
There we go.
Let's bring him down.
Now I'll be tending his line, and I'm going to bring him down.
All right, awesome. Thank
There we
you.
go. And by now, maybe emergency response would be there, and they would be working on him, depending on what it is. I don't know if, you know, he breathing, no CPR, nothing like that, or if it was a first aid situation, or just to see what exactly is wrong with them. Yeah, this is something that we do yearly, and it's always great to be prepared. I got to say that in my lifetime and being in tree work, I've already been in tree work for like 30 years now. I've never had a situation where I had to perform a actual emergency response. But in all the years, we've always practiced it, and it's good to be prepared, just in case it really happens. So this is what we do once a year, and this is the way I perform it. In a way, you got to be a little bit of an actor, which I suck at being an actor, but it brings you out, and it helps you perform it, so then you know that if that time ever came when there's an emergency, at least you'll be better off and more prepared. You won't become a victim, and if you do it with your crew, everybody's in sync and they understand what they have to do. So if you had a whole crew and you're trying to save somebody, everybody would have a part. There could be a guy calling 911. Could be a guy shooting into the tree. There would be a guy putting a saddle on. And everybody's goal would be to get that climber out. But the initial thing would be to make sure that everything you do before that, it's safe to climb. So anyhow, there you go. That was my aerial rescue. So there you go. That was my aerial rescue for this year. It's really good to be prepared. And I would say it's important, if you're climbing, it's important not to climb alone. At least have somebody with a phone who can call. But it's better if you have somebody who can also climb, just in case you get stuck up in the tree or something happens to you, and they can help rescue and bring you down. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you guys like this style of video, let me know. I would be open to doing this, and if you had some videos you might like me to look at, that'd be something that I'm interested in doing. Comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you like what we do. And by all means, share our video. And remember, if you do something new, do it low and slow. You don't want to get hurt. All right, take care. We'll see you next time.